Hello Brooklyn, how you doing? Where you going?
GYGB, welcome back.
What time is it?
It's the illest show that it is.
It's like 2 in the morning Eastern. 2 p.m. We still working.
We sitting here debating, which we actually coming up with great
shows
for a future show. We having a great debate on the pound for pound. What constitutes a pound for pound?
And tell them why it all started because of Antonio
Margarito
shaking a lot of things up.
and we'll get into that on a whole other show.
But we gotta do our war going on outside.
War going on outside, and boy is some heavy bombs falling. Next week we Next week we got our boy Super Zab Judah,
and he just bought a new what? No, I mean we gotta give all. You know we do the updates here.
Zab,
you wanna get an update? We gotta do our gossip report.
Zab,
it's a new fold to GYGB. You wanna tell him?
I'm gonna have to run into Zab out there somewhere.
No, we just giving an update. He got a nice machine. He bought a nice toy.
Tell the whole story.
Well, you wanna tell the whole story?
Ruben has him. Our boy Money Mayweather took a 16-wheeler somewhere to upstate New York.
A popular car dealer
who we will not be shouting out on this show.
That's right.
We just would have bought 6 of his heavy machines and traded it for one car.
What car was that?
It was a Bentley or a Phantom.
It was a Phantom.
A Phantom. And rumor has it that out of those 6 cars, one of them went to our boy Super Zab Judah.
And he paid a couple $100,000 for it.
Y'all see him riding around BK.
Now, rumor has it, Doc, that you have a luxury car, so you're familiar with the market. Is it wise to buy a used luxury car in the current market?
Can I answer that? No, it's not wise. Cars, as everyone knows, are depreciable item. As soon as you take it off the lot, the depreciation on cars is just like ridiculous.
Shout out to the Wall Street Journal, GYG
What makes
style.
those cars special is they were on the 24/7 countdown. So these are special cars.
So y'all know who got the big money in GYGB. Allegedly. You see who know all this stuff. So let's get into it. You know, that was a little new fold to GYGB. That's our TMZ gossip report. You know what I mean? GYG version. We got Joshua Clottey. He's back. You know, he's the last guy other than Paul Williams to give Margarito some trouble. Some people thought if his hand didn't get hurt, he would have won the fight. But anyhow, we got him fighting Super Zab. You know Zab don't turn down no fights. This is a tough fight, I believe, for Zab, but they're fighting. So, GYG, we got to break it down. So, I know as usual, y'all full of opinions, ride or die. Who you got in the fight? What's going to happen?
You know what's so funny? Zab just keeps coming back, you know.
He's really Jason. That's who Jason is.
Yeah, you know what, though?
He's
Zab survived Friday Night Fights, and he's back on. How does anybody come back from Friday Night
He
Fights?
survived Friday the 13th.
Friday Night Fights
back
and
on
come
91.
back. And he's got himself
He's
an
from the
HBO
most
fighter.
popular borough in the world.
You know what?
Brooklyn.
And it's a testament to the to entertaining fighters always have a
Always
shot.
have.
You know what
He's
I'm
a
saying?
younger Mike Tyson.
He's an engaging character,
that's
man.
what he is,
his
man.
persona is interesting.
People like him, though.
Yeah.
Outside of boxing, I heard he's a
Likeable guy.
likable dude.
I met the guy. I had the pleasure.
You got
the
the
great
good
fortune of meeting the good brother Zab Judah out in L.A. And he's a cool dude.
Cool dude.
Cool as hell. I can see why people gravitate towards him. That means nothing in the ring. So
You know what? Speaking of the ring, it all depends on what Zab shows up. You know?
Uh-oh. You sound like you got a little confidence there.
Zab's been consistent for the last 5-6 fights, right? He shows up for like 5 rounds, and then after that, you know.
So you basically saying Zab will be a perfect fighter on the contender? They fight 5 rounders, right?
Shout out to Jeff Wall.
You know
Go
what?
ahead, write it down.
You know, seriously, I really and truly believe that if Zab come in 100% focused to fight 12 rounds, I know
You about to get sleep on
I know,
the camera.
I know sleep.
You know
Eat.
sleep's
I
behind
been
the
selling
camera.
this. I know sleep eat is like having a heart attack.
He's
behind
the
the scenes,
anti.
but I really truly believe that if Zab come in focused, he could win this fight.
Let
He
coming in a minute.
The chances of that happening, in my opinion, are slim to none.
So
I really and truly believe.
Hey, this is gonna be a real bright light on my face. I've never been anti, and the natural talents that he has is there, but
Who do you got to blame?
Zab Judah has been the same way his whole career. I think there's a lot of times we thought he was bored in the ring, and I think he had a lack of focus and conditioning his whole career. And that's just what it is. And I think you are who you are.
I don't think that's what it is. I just think I think Zab is probably one of the few talents like Floyd. I think has the talent matched to Floyd Mayweather, and probably not as good as Floyd Mayweather, but he has the talent, the natural ability, and athleticism. That's what I just said. It's Floyd, but hold on. But I don't think his situation is he's bored. I just think the situation is that I don't know how Zab is being trained.
That's what I said. I said people assumed that he was bored in the ring,
right? But
it was a lack of focus and conditioning.
But see, I think that all goes into your training because somebody has to tell him, okay, you got a fight coming up. You can't drive your Lamborghini down.
He needs
Broadway.
to move. They need to move him to Nevada, or no, he needs to move. Where did Mike Tyson on him?
Zab.
Yeah, so they said he'll still find a club.
I got an analogy for you. Zab to me is the Felipe Lopez of boxing. He was a consensus
All-American,
#1 player coming out of New York. What did he do? Had the chance to go down to play for in Chapel Hill for Dean Smith. Now he didn't have the grace for Duke. Could have gone to Kansas or UCLA or wherever the hell he could have went to, but he chose to stay in New York, St. John's in Queens. He would always go to every weekend to Washington Heights and get drunk. No discipline. Zab is the same exact.
He needs to move to Arizona. That's
Whether
he moves to Arizona or whether he moves to Canada, Zab, who he is, Zab is Zab.
Let's not just make this about Zab because he got an opponent. Let's talk about the fight. Because you got an opinion on the fight.
Like when the fight was made, and keep in mind this Zab fight that's being made
was a shame.
Was a shame fight.
He allegedly slipped out the shower.
Yeah, I don't know who.
Allegedly. That's a new word on GYGB.
He had $150 on his arm or something. But I had Shane. I mean, I had Zab.
You had Zab.
You had Zab beating Shane.
Yeah, I was too. Me and him both.
I thought Shane was very beatable in that fight, and we had Big Floyd in his corner training him.
Once again, I'd have been an isolated opposer of that pick.
Well, Cotto had a lot to do with that. The way Cotto handled Shane. I was like, you know what, Shane is just fodder for for pay-per-view, whatever the hell I don't know what he was trying to do. But we found out that Clottey and Zab was gonna get it on, and not along with a couple other GYGB members. I said Zab was gonna win that fight. Then I saw some footage on Clottey recently that brought me back to reality.
Let me reintroduce myself in case y'all don't know. I'm like one of the biggest Zab supporters out there. I entered the orphan of Max Kellerman, the Kellerman Agency. Oh yeah, like he's over there crying. Yeah, I was gonna get a little emotional because I really like Zab Judah, and I'm just disappointed. The guy, like Big Mike said, if you're building a fighter from the ground up, you'll build him as Zab Judah. He's a southpaw. His physique is just a prototype of a welterweight. He can slip punches. He can throw punches from these wicked angles. But it's something missing there as far as focus-wise. And, Max Kellerman, he sold me he was supposed to be the next sweep. They called me Sweet Pea with Power. I bought into that. I even had sleep on the Zab bandwagon. We was ringside when he fought Cotto. This was before we did the show, so I could be biased then. And I was all zabbed up.
Tell how it was just like us two against a whole arena.
Yeah, we almost got in a fight. Shout out to the Boricuas, but they was ready to smash us on sight out there because my man Sleep just made a suggestion about Cotto then fighting Antonio Margarito, and they all went off on Sleep and said, no, Margarito don't have no balls.
By the way, it was the Puerto Rican Day Parade.
It was the Puerto Rican Day Parade, so we'll give him a pass. So let me get into this fight. Initially, I said, you know what? This might be Zab. Once again, this would be this fight where Zab shows up. But like my man Docs, I was watching that fight as well when it was on Showtime. I'm sure a lot of y'all degenerates out there saw it. They replayed it on Friday night. And Clottey is... I got in an argument with a couple of y'all out there. Y'all said Cotto was more technically sound than Clottey is technically sound. He rolls with punches well. Mm-hmm. He can stand in front of you, and he does that peekaboo like Winky a little bit. But he's very sharp and crisp. He throws nice combinations, and he's strong.
Now let's be real. Like he didn't look that great in his last.
Well, I believe he played down to his competition, right. And that's
when he fought Shimon Alvarez.
Yeah. I mean,
I thought, well,
how can you get motivated? Yeah. No disrespect, he from our backyard, but you don't get motivated.
Then,
Nah. So I think he'll be up, especially listen, y'all. He the last dude other than Paul that gave Margarito's the dude now. So he know if he want another crack at Margarito, he got to step up and shine. So unfortunately, it's going to be at my dude Zab expense. I think the fight will be entertaining, but I don't think it's going to be a knockout. I think I like Clottey and a classic boxing masterpiece for 12 straight rounds.
He's extra motivated, and this is his probably last shot to get
His
a
last
belt.
shot, man. And it's a shame because, like you said, he only got really one loss. But that's the sport of boxing now. You get a loss and people just kind of write you out like they did Margarito. And you just got to kind of grind your way back into the game again. So I got Clottey by decision. Right. Unanimous here with Clottey?
Yeah, Clottey.
Oh, you're awake.
Sleep speaking Zab? Okay. So Sleep speaking
Sleep got Zab. And
So that wraps up this box score.
This is one of those fights where I would love to be wrong.